Hello there and welcome back. Well, we're in for a treat. We've got a fabulous hour with John Lockwood because, of course, we have been bringing you a 2-hour session on a Sunday, and hopefully we're going to keep it going because it's something that's relatively new, but I know that everybody's been loving it. I
hope so. We've had really, really good feedback from people that they're enjoying it, and it is definitely our way. When I mentioned the idea of this to Jane at Crafts Too, she said to me, that is a really nice idea, she said, because as a customer herself, we all are, let's face it, you know, any crafter who says they aren't being honest with you, to be fair. I buy far too much. But she said herself, you know, she finds it, she'll watch a one-day special and she'll order it, and then she say, I forget what to do with it. Or I forget how to do now with this, it gives us a chance to bring things and catch up with what you do with it, and under a little less pressure.
Exactly. Now, obviously, we have had that first hour with John, so if you have just joined us, we've only got another hour with John, but we're going to cram in as much as we possibly can. So I'm going to give you a quick little insight into some of the things that John has been working with. So if you've just tuned in, the last hour, John was focusing a lot on these fabulous dies that we've got here, the rectangles and the squares alongside each other as well. So much so that over half of the stock has gone. So what you've got is a series of squares, 20 of them, where you've got 1/4-inch increments going from your largest right the way through to your smallest, which is a little tiny one, as you can see in the centre there. Similar sort of setup with your rectangles. Now, these rectangles are new ones. You may have come across them previously, but what we've actually found is that, well, John found it, that the maths wasn't quite right. Well, it was right, but it wasn't right to his kind of perfection, because he wanted to make sure that everything was absolutely perfect when you were going from the largest down to those smaller increments. Sometimes when you kind of do the combinations, you can kind of go a little bit off, a little bit off, a little bit off, and so when you jump from a large to a smaller one, it stands out quite a bit. So with that, he has done the work, he's done the maths, so now you know it doesn't matter how far you go from the largest to the smallest using them together, then you're going to get perfect top, bottom, middle, all sides is all going to be right. 2 flexi buys on these ones of £20.99, and because of that, what it does mean is you can get beautiful results just like this. And if you have just joined us, do go back and watch the previous show. You can see you've got all these different increments. John shows you how to line it up to make sure that everything is spot on and to perfection. But don't go just yet, because we've got more demos from him during this hour. Yeah, details on your screen if you're wanting these. 312310, pop them into your baskets. Other ones that have been popular already in the previous hour are these two, and these are lovely. You've got your hexagons. I love hexagons anyway. They come together so beautifully and create some wonderful designs. What you've got here is you've got a series of 2 die sets. So you've got your straight edge with these particular ones. So it's as it says there, you've got all your different sizes in there going right the way down to your little bitty ones, which are, I think, is it 1/4 inch in this one as well?
1/4 inch again,
it is a 1/4 inch on that one as well. So 8 inches being the largest, 1/4 inch being the, sorry, is it quarter? No, hold on. 3/4 inch on this one. It's the squares, isn't it? Well, it was a 1/4 inch. That's right, I remember now. So yeah, 3/4 inch, as you can see with that one, and 3/5 inch with the others there. 23 dies in that one, 18 dies in your stitch dot, as you can see. And again, a brilliant way of you getting all sorts of amazing results with them. Imagine trying to do the maths to create something like that, where you've got those hexagons on a twist, or maybe creating something like this one. Oh, I've got it upside down, where you are creating that ball actually using the hexagons on there. Or where would you go to figure out the maths to create this? Well, I can tell you, you jump onto John Lockwood's YouTube channel and he will show you how. But it shows you how those rectangles and those hexagons work beautifully together as well. So they all are compatible, they'll all work together and all give you amazing results for an amazing price, £44.98 if you're wanting those. Now, I mentioned the squares. We've got a nesting set of squares. Now, this time they are straight edges. So these will work with the notched ones we were looking at earlier, but it's a brilliant place for you to start if you've not invested any before. Now, you've got a good size package with regards to the dies here, so you might be forgiven for thinking you have to have an A4 die cutting machine. You don't. Your standard A5s, you'll be able to use all of those dies, all 32 of them, going from your 8 inch through to your 1/4 inch, as you can see there, and all those sizes in between. Means you can create amazing cards like this and not need to figure out how big the cards, the squares need to be, because you've got the same increment between each one of these. So you've kind of got to go with that largest one, and then you do the maths, and then you do the maths, and you do the maths. No, you don't. You get your cardstock out, choose your colour, which is the fun part, and then you start cutting and putting it all together. And that is the thing. It saves you so much time. You're doing the bit that you love, the creating and the crafting, as you can see there with regard to that. 32 dies there, £24.99, 347 784. pop them into your basket. One that I've got my eye on is this little duo here, because diamonds are such a versatile, I mean, they're a girl's best friend, obviously, but even more so when they are dies. You're getting 11 dies in your stitch dot, you're getting 15 dies within your straight edge, but they work beautifully together. I mean, look at this. Again, how would you figure out how to get that increment, how to get that separation between the frames and your mats and your layers? It's so tricky to do, but the dies make it so much easier. And 2 flexi buys of £12.50 to get these, I think, is a phenomenal price. It's such a versatile set, and I must admit, I think this is going to be one that you're going to be able to get incredibly creative with. I mean, look at that. I squashed that flower earlier on, I think. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Absolutely beautiful, and it's a must-have, so do make sure you're taking advantage of these. £24.98. Absolutely brilliant price, very versatile. They're always going to be out on your craft area, so if you're wanting those 393,472, do pop those ones into your basket straight away. Now, your sheets, your double-sided adhesive sheets, these are brilliant. Now, I think John's going to be working with these ones in this hour after the scare that I gave him in the last hour. So half the stock has gone though, £9.99. As John demonstrated, it is super sticky. So please don't think that this is just like any other double-sided sheet you've come across. It's not. It's going to hold and grab to whatever you are working with it. You did the John Lockwood index finger test. Go back to the last time.
It's me proof. I've never torn it. I've never broken it. And I do love this. I know people say this a lot, and everyone says that you don't stick your name on something unless you really believe in it. And people know how long I test this. This is why I say it's mine. I put my name to it because we sourced it. I mean, I'm not pretending I made it or invented it, because we just sourced it so well. But the other important thing on this that I found, and I've bought from everyone, and we all do, and different people do different things better. What I love about this is every single bit of it is one sheet.
Yes,
There are no. I bought some and found that it was all stripes through it.
Oh right,
and it was stripes of adhesive running down it.
Oh, okay, right.
And it isn't. It is a solid sheet of seriously ultra thicky.
Very sticky. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, once it's down, it's down. You are never going to peel that off.
Love it. There you go. Now, if you want yours, £9.99 will get you 15 of those sheets there. It's been a popular one, so 194,360. Was it 50% of the stock, did we say, with that one? Yeah, so it has been a popular one. Not even seen it demonstrated, other than, obviously, with the finger test, but that was, a game changer. Next thing that I'm telling you about are these beautiful, they're glitter, not glitter, ombre cardstock, and it's brilliant because, as John said earlier on, it's super smooth when you're working with this one, but you've got the most incredible, let me open this up and show you, the amazing finish with this one. And John, you were saying about with it that there's no glitter involved with this.
There is no glitter involved in this at all. This has not been anywhere near glitter ever. It's faux glitter card. It's made with a process of it bonding as like a hot foiled bond onto the actual...
so it's like a layer on there.
Yeah, onto the card. And it's actually put onto as well, which is really important. I always say this, it's onto virgin card as well.
Okay.
It's not onto... Because I've had glitter card and mirror card in the past that's on recycled card. And when you cut it, it goes... It feathers at the edges, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So this is not, it's on brand new card or paper, which is why, it's sandproof, because he's put it through his Cricut, you've gone through a silhouette and cut really fine swirls in it, and it doesn't tear, rip, pull, the surface doesn't come off, it's just been brilliant.
It is gorgeous now. £14.99, 030633 if you fancy getting hold of that. You've got your 6 designs, 4 repeats of each of those, 24 sheets in total. Now, if you don't want to work with your 12 by 12, then we have got the option for you to get hold of the same cardstock, but in an A4 format, and you're going to get 2 packs of these. Are they the same colour ombres that we're getting in both of these?
Yes, you do, but what you've got is, some people prefer the A4 paper, but the A4 is thicker at 250 GSM. So your A4 is thicker at 250, so effectively what you're getting is the same quantity. You're getting 24 sheets, 6 colours, 4 of each. You're getting 2 packs effectively with the card at 250 GSM, or you get the 12 by 12, which is just 1 pack but 24 sheets, 6 designs, 2 of it. It's the same, but effectively it's weight and size. So
I love that.
you're getting the same quantity in each one. but you're not getting as much in the A4 because it's thicker.
Yes.
As you are in the 12 by 12.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Now you've got the details on your screen there, £13.99. So whether you want to go for your A4 or you're a little bit like me using your die cutting, your electronic die cutting machines in the 12 by 12 makes sense. Doesn't matter which way you're going for it, you need to get it into your basket. Been busy for this one. Website's the place to shop though. You'll see all the different things that John has been working with. Check out, you'll find some things that we've not touched on during this. The fabulous butterflies look gorgeous in that glitter card. Yeah, check out the reviews while you're there as well. Like-minded crafters who have taken advantage of those fabulous deals and those wonderful products, and they've been kind enough to leave reviews. Loads and loads of different ways for you to get hold of your adhesive. Don't forget your fine tip glue applicators in there, and of course then you've got things like your stamp platforms there as well, and your additional magnets. You can see all the different bits and pieces featuring there if you're wanting to get hold of those. They're all there, and you can I'll pop them into your basket. Check out when you're checking out as well your end of calls as well. Find all sorts of bargains there. So John, 40 minutes left. I think I was speedy then.
It will. Yeah, well, the last one went so quickly. So I'm going to show you this. I'll hold it up actually for once. It makes me think of Saturday mornings and multicoloured swap shops.
Oh gosh, you remember Posh Pools?
Yeah, absolutely loved doing this. This is so easy, but again, everybody thinks that something like this will be complex, it's time consuming, and also, you know, I've got to be honest, it does help having every single mat in here is actually the 1/4 inch.
Wow.
Well, it's actually every mat in here, it's actually 1/4 inch because I'm using every other one.
Right.
But, so, I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to show you the easy way to do this. Because can you imagine, what I'd have to do is take my piece of yellow card, and then I have to take, okay, my first biggest square, then I miss one,
Yep.
then I take the next one, then I miss one. Can you imagine trying to tape all of these down? You'd be taping 16 dies down.
Yes, yeah.
Cutting it, and then you would have to keep them all in place to cut your next colour, because we cut 4 colours.
See, I'm thinking about the old-fashioned method where you'd be cutting the different squares of different colour cardstock. You get through so much cardstock, and your card would be about this thick by the time you finish.
This is the way we want to do it. So what you do is you cheat.
Okay.
So I am very lucky. I have 2 sets of these.
Okay, right.
I bought myself. I treat myself, as we say up north.
But the
I know it's not a proper word, but it's my word.
Why would you? Because I mean, this is something that our viewers, but they may already have a set, and they might be thinking, oh, I'm just going to watch for the tips because I don't need another set. So why have you gone for 2 sets of these?
Because I'm greedy.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
If there's dies I use an awful lot,
Right.
I do tend to like flowers and things. I will buy myself a second set. That's
Okay.
me, and I class it as my job. So you know, and I
Yes.
can offset it.
Yeah.
And it makes things like this a lot easier.
Right, fair enough then.
You know, because I leave this like this all the time.
Oh, I see, right, okay.
Right, so what I've actually done is, I've taken a piece of thin, this is 200 GSM card.
Right.
I've put a piece of power tape down, which is our double-sided adhesive.
Lovely.
But you could use something like a red line tape. Don't
Yep.
use a normal finger lift tape.
Okay.
It's too weak.
Right.
Yeah. And all I've done is put a piece down, all the way across the middle.
It's underneath the die.
Yeah.
Is it, it is underneath the die.
Yeah,
Isn't
it
from
is,
the
look.
look, I can't quite see. Oh, yes, it is underneath, yes. Yeah.
Look, it's like a Philip Tracy hat. And then I put all of the dies onto it in order.
Right.
And then I pulled off every other one
Okay.
and put them on a board. And I just like playing like that because I just think that looks
Oh,
so...
that page is it. Oh,
That
looks
shows you the
cool.
maths.
Yeah.
I love playing with that. That shows you how it actually works. So I have one missing, which might be the other reason why
Yeah,
I've got a
where's-
second
where's it?
set.
Yeah,
I might have
why?
actually lost one.
Oh, I see. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I didn't actually want to admit that, but
Oh.
thanks, Hale.
Sorry. I just thought it was something scientific or something like that.
No, I've lost one.
Okay.
So basically, all I've done is that. Now, you'll see a couple of bits of card have stuck on it. Doesn't really matter.
Okay.
But this has been through my die cutting machine now over 19 times.
Wow. Okay.
So there's taped on, doesn't harm the die.
Yeah.
So all I do, take my card,
Yeah.
put it down on top, and I'm just going to run this through in a standard sandwich. Now, obviously, I'm using an A4 machine.
Yep.
So I'm going, and I find it's a lot better to cut down. So normally,
Yes.
but with this, because I've got the card, I can cut up.
Yes.
So I put my dies down, my card on top, my plate on top. I'm just going to run that through as standard.
While you're doing that, I'm going to read you an email because I had a lovely email in from Miriam, and thank you so much for taking the trouble to email in. So enjoying the show again. John Lockwood is such a professional crafter and an honest, caring man who gives his name and advice. Gives his time and advice free. His products are second to none, and the products are designed with crafters in mind. Thank you, John. My cash is spent again today, and thank you to Chanda for these shows. Continued success. Thank you, Miriam. That's a lovely email and very much taken on board, so thank you.
Thank you, Miriam. That is beautiful.
Because not everybody emails in. It's people who watch and they enjoy themselves, which is lovely, and we don't mind that at all. But it's lovely when people do that.
Yeah, it is. It is lovely, and I do. You know, we do get to see them, and I do genuinely appreciate it. I appreciate my job.
Yes.
You know, you know how many hours I'll do, and Hayley knows what I put in, but I couldn't do that if I didn't love it.
Yes.
If it wasn't a dream job. I saw a post on Facebook earlier which literally said, you know, if you could do the job you dreamt of doing when you were a kid, what would you be doing? And I wanted to go on there and put, I'm doing it.
Yes.
Because I wanted to work with art and paper and scissors and glue and all the things I loved as a kid. So what you can see there is now I've got all of those cut. Yeah?
Perfect.
In an exact frame.
That is brilliant.
So I've actually got...
And that's one A4 sheet.
That's just one A4 sheet, which has given me... and see how easy they are to take out? So if you're struggling, in the smaller ones, on the side of the desk, put the bit where the tape is, and you can just pop them down to pop your finger underneath, because you don't want to pop them off.
Well, you want the dies to stay where they are.
You want the dies to stay where they are, because you're going to do this 3 more times, or 8 more times if you want to use different colours. So, as many times as you want to. Okay. The only one I sometimes have to dig out.
And that's because it's pretty much stuck in, isn't it? Because the width of the tape is going to be the same.
It's the centre square.
Yeah, same
but you can
size,
see, all it's done is rip a few at the edge, but after a while it just doesn't get close enough. And it's still... I did use power tape, so it's still sticky.
That's probably why,
Yeah, but so...
That's a top tip, like that one.
That way, we've got then... First of all, I've got all of these even frames in yellow, but it doesn't matter if they're not, because I've cut them all from the same piece. So, there I've got them all in green.
Oh, yes.
There I've got them all in red, and there I've got them all in blue.
Fabulous.
And as if like magic. Yeah. So this is just genuinely so easy. But of course, what will actually happen is when you do this, you'll make yourself 4 of these.
Yes.
Because you've got 4 pieces of A4 card. So here's enough pieces to make yourself 4 squares.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So all I'm going to do is now take off. Now the reason I'm using my pokey tool is just I'm taking off the shiny side.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just take that off wholesale. Show you again, be careful because this is my pokey tool, yeah? That's how sticky it is.
Okay. Right.
So what you do is you keep this handy.
Right.
And then I'm going to take red. So I'm going to start with red, but what you want to do is you can judge it.
Okay.
If you don't want to waste it, cut it to size. So I go with red. So should we go red, blue, yellow, green?
I don't mind. Yeah, sounds good.
Red, blue, yellow.
This is clever.
Green. And of course, you could actually have 4 pieces going, because of course I could put another green in the middle.
Out, yeah.
But we go as you know, as far on as we want to. So I need a green, don't I? So I go green. No, wrong one. Next one down. And I could start a second one with a blue square and work it up. So what's my next colour? Oh, well, it's red. So red. Yeah. So red, blue. So I go to the blue. And I probably know, nope, that's too small, but I probably know the sizes relatively well.
The thing is, you're kind of jumping 2 or 3 stages, aren't you, when you go into the next, so from the first blue to the next blue, you've kind of got, was it 3 sizes in between? So yeah.
So it's yellow. So I'm looking for one that I think might just fit. So I'll grab a few. Is it that one? Yeah.
But like you say, if you've got kind of 4 sheets on the go, then
It's
each
actually
one
easier.
it's easier
Yeah.
because you're kind of going to the next one and just moving round and rotating between
But you
the
think
sheets.
this will take hours,
Yeah.
genuinely. But if you watch, you saw how quickly I cut the yellow. So let's be, you know, conservative, call it 5 minutes. Yeah, that's 5, 10, 15, 20. This will probably take me not even another 5 minutes, and it's done.
Brilliant.
So it's a half hour, but it really is.
But can you imagine doing this
Satisfying.
if you've got something like the glitter cardstock that you were looking at, that we were looking at earlier on? You were showing us how you can rotate it.
You could do
to
this with the ombre.
Yeah, the ombre. I'm thinking of the.
Oh, you could rotate it every time.
Yeah, 4 different shades, or even just 2 different colour tones with regards to the ombre, and you're rotating them. You're going to get some amazing results, or any kind of rainbow effect style card.
Really brilliant. So, I know this is a bit sort of dullish, sorry guys.
No,
so
look
going
at
to
it.
blue, so I need to go to yellow. So, but can you see how quickly I'm getting to these bigger sizes?
Now, do you have to be careful at all when you start getting to where you've got a frame that's got a larger aperture
Nope.
in the middle at all? Nothing that you need to do specifically?
Because I cut them all with the same piece, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That red, if you look, the yellow is off there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because the next piece, which is going to be from the green, is a square, and it's a mathematically correct square.
Yes.
So it doesn't actually matter if I cut them separately, because it will still fit.
And could you do this effect with something like the stitch dots as well?
Yeah, you could do it with the stitch dots.
And
can
you
do
could
it
mix
with
them
the,
up, so you could have one stitch dot, one plain, and things like that?
Yeah, you can mix them together. Get yourself a set. Basically get your cardboard. Let's see, I've gone off there. It doesn't matter.
Well, you're doing it and chatting at the same time and being on TV and all that, so it's all additional bits. When you're sat at home in the comfort of your own home, that's a little bit different.
It's an awful lot easier at home, I've got
Yeah.
to say. But I just keep going until I've filled that sheet. But what I wanted to show you can do is get a real psychedelic look. So you could go so far, and then what you do next is, let's go. So I've got that far. I'm going to go off there, and I'm going to put blue
Ah, yes, yeah.
there. Okay.
So you're not wasting any of your
And I'm
sheet.
going to have a red there. So I actually then start to fill my sheet. Yeah. So I can
Like
find
there.
a square that fits, and I think that green, oh, that will. So that green will go in there, yeah. And
Well,
because,
that's very satisfying. That's like going through a big bag of socks and you find a pair.
yeah, or, yeah,
Very
yeah, actually I quite
satisfying.
like that
It's
one.
Or finding the lid to one of those plastic containers when you've got a big bucket full of them in your cupboard and you're trying to find one that fits.
So that's red, so then we go down to a blue. But I've only cut these once, yeah? Because what actually happens is, I've only used one from each size. So it just seems to work. Don't ask me how,
It looks fabulous, yeah, love it.
but it does really work. So I keep
Just as you
going.
continue that, John, can I do a
you
very
could,
quick
that'd be great.
update? Because the notched corners, which of course are square, similar to the ones that John's working with, so you could do something along the same lines with these ones, but rapidly approaching 80% of the stock has gone. And we're not going to be getting them back today, so if you are wanting them, you need to be quick. So you're going to get your 20 dies, which are doing your squares, from your 8 inches and going right the way through to your smaller ones there, which I think are about 3/4 of an inch. So brilliant sizing with those. And again, with your rectangles, you've got a similar sort of scenario. And of course, with the rectangles, you've got them mathematically correct to mean that all 4 sides of that aperture or that frame or whatever it is that you're creating is going to be sized to perfection, which means that if you're going from the largest down to the smallest, the width is going to be equal top and bottom and sides as well. So that's something, it's absolutely spot on every single time. So if you've already got these and you bought them a while back, these are brand new. You won't have these particular ones, so do consider that. So if, you can get hold of them by themselves if you're wanting to as well. So 312-310 if you're wanting to get hold of those. Now, of course, I mentioned about getting in touch via email. Well, you can get in touch by giving us a call as well and speaking to our call centre. And that's exactly what somebody has done. So we've had a question come through. We haven't got a name. That's the only thing. They don't always pass on a name. So whoever you are, thank you. Asking with regards to glue that you're using on your non-shade shed ombre glitter, because this is something, if it's got a coating, we have to consider the adhesive, don't we?
We do. What you can do is you can use your normal craft artist glue,
okay.
but I would use it straight from the bottle as opposed to watered down.
Right, so
because
just as
this
it
has
is.
got, it's got such a high acrylic count in this
Yes.
that it works a lot. This is a quicker grab, yeah? I wouldn't use it as much from here.
Right.
It takes a little bit longer. If you want a quicker grab and a good one, use the glue glaze.
Okay.
Because that's the solvent-based quick grab glue.
Okay.
So certainly if you're doing smaller bits, that is absolutely perfect for them.
Brilliant.
Because you've got the lip gloss brush effect.
Yes.
I mean, don't use it on your lips, please.
So basically, if you go for the set that you've got on your screen there, you're going to get your artist glue, which is the one that obviously John's just recommended,
Yeah.
but you're going to get your glue glaze as well. So try either of those.
You see that?
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's such a quick
Yeah.
grab.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
It really, you know, and it's very, very strong. It's
Brilliant.
a really good glue on that one.
Lovely, thank you, John, and thank you, whoever you were, for that question. It was
It's a
jolly good
mystery.
one.
So all I'm doing now, you can see, all I'm doing now is just grabbing some random pieces.
And this is brilliant, because
Just
once
to
you've
fill it
filled it in, you've kind of got self-adhesive cardstock then, haven't you?
We have, because what we've got here, so I am literally going really, really random now, just to fill in a little bit of space.
That's okay.
You could take a lot more time at home, but I find this actually quite fun, to be honest. I don't like
Keep
waste.
the kids amused for hours doing this.
Well, yeah,
don't
I
you?
don't like to use the scrap. You can see here where it's been pulled up, and when I've touched it, the adhesive is still that good, genuinely. You know, and everything is stuck. It is simply a case of that. But you'll see, you'll always find a piece somewhere in one of the colours that fits. I mean, I'm obviously going to find a piece that's not now, because I went completely
Well, it's
random.
bound to be, isn't it, because you've said it.
Oh, yeah, it just goes to
That's
prove
the way
me
it
completely
works.
wrong. But
That
yeah,
is the
let's
way
go.
it
I'll tell you what I'm
works.
going to do now. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to put that in even though I know it's not right. And I'm going to drop that one in because I'm going to trim it off in a second. So you could keep going, yeah?
Yeah.
And fill the whole piece. But I'm going to, for speed, trim that out.
Okay.
Again, fill the whole sheet because you can see how sticky these sheets
Yes,
are.
yeah.
But this is why you keep that.
Oh, of course, the sheet, the carry
Because
sheet,
you can
yes.
use that again. I'm cheap. When I say that, people don't believe
You're
me. I
frugal.
don't believe in waste. I've always,
Well,
the more I
exactly.
can stretch my card,
Yeah.
the more I can stretch the consumables. To me, the more of my budget I can spend on stuff I actually want, like dyes.
Yes, yeah.
You know, I do go and I shop and I buy things like other people from the 99 People's a Penny shop.
Yeah, and sometimes that
Yeah,
it's
because I
worth
think
doing
what that
yeah.
does is it stretches my budget, and then when there's a really nice stamp or die I see, then I can get it.
Exactly.
Not that I've got my eye on the little Leone stamp or anything.
Oh, isn't it cute? That
I know,
little one?
it
yeah,
is.
That's such a clever idea.
I've even rung my friend Pip and said, any chance you can get one? He's like, no, they're only in the bundle.
It's in the bundle, it's the deal. I think we're going to see a little Paola as well.
I think we need to see a little
petite
Paola.
Paola. And she's going to be like in a little flamenco dress or something like that.
Oh, I think that's a cracking idea. I like that. So there we've got multicoloured paper.
Oh, love
Yeah?
it.
Okay, now
cool.
what I can do is I've got a piece here. I've got a piece I've already done.
Oh, look at that.
All of these, every single one of these were done with that set
Brilliant.
taped down. I haven't retaped it. This has literally been the same one that's made
Just cut
everything
it
on
over.
here. Yeah,
Brilliant.
so it really is worth doing it. So you do a session of it. So, but what I find is that makes the most amazing background. So I'm going to use that as my background. But what I'm going to do is, this one where I've done the square just works beautifully for the butterfly.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so can you see what I'm doing is I'm placing this exactly in the middle,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, between those. And I'm trying to make sure that I've got the red in the body and I've got the same colours running all the way through. I'm just going to add a little bit of fresh tape on. So now that's not going to fit in, so I'm going to put this through my A4 machine, but I'm going to use one of the scraps to do the dragonfly as well. So while that's running through, I'm going to take one of these pieces and do the dragonfly. But again, I'm going completely random, and I find the more random I am, the better it comes out sometimes.
Lovely. So that's just going to go through the die cutting machine
Yeah.
as well. Shall I show everybody the dies?
Yeah, can do.
Because you're getting big dies with these ones. So you've got the large butterfly, obviously the silhouette of the butterfly looks amazing in loads of different ways when you're working with these. And the ombre glitter, or something where you've got a focal point, absolutely beautiful running through there. The dragonfly, again, a really good size card. Sometimes it's a case that you want a dragonfly more so than a butterfly. Sometimes maybe if you're looking at male film cards, but although I know lots of guys that would love a butterfly on a card. Then you've got your sentiments. Now your sentiments you can see are featuring on here. So you've got love, you've got dreams, and I don't know what that one says. What does that one? Hope, I think it says, doesn't it? And
wish.
You've got, oh, is it wish?
Wish,
oh yes,
dream,
of
and
course
fly.
it is wish. It's difficult to read backwards actually, isn't it? You've also got that additional outside layer there. So of course that means that you can do your mats and layers with those as well and get some wonderful results. So $12.99 for those. Absolutely beautiful. And there you go. You can see the sentiments featuring there. So you've got wish, dreams, and as well you've got that gorgeous there. What does that one say? Hope at the bottom there. No, it doesn't. It says fly, doesn't it? It says fly.
Wish and dream.
That's what it's saying. Yeah.
I don't know. Hope's Christmas. You haven't actually seen my Christmas.
Right, okay, fair enough then.
Have you been sneakily looking at my computer again? Have you been
She's
hacking
been
in?
delving into her crystal ball again. There you go. So how have you got on with those?
Right, okay, so there is my butterfly. Right, okay.
Oh, look at that. I love both of those, actually.
Well, the thing is, you can use the aperture. So there is my sort of swap shop butterfly. Hold it up there. You can probably see it.
Isn't that brilliant? I love it.
I just think that really plays with your eye. Yeah. Here's my multicoloured dragonfly.
Oh, on the diagonal, that's nice. Like
And I just look, and the way you've got the corner clipping shows you've done something different and unusual. But this, how easy is it?
Yeah.
Anyone, you know, all I've done is, yes, I've used a butterfly and a dragonfly, but all I've used for all of this is just coloured card and an A4 set of squares. That's it. Now, you know, you can use any. I'm not going to stand there and go, they've got to be ours.
Yes.
They do make a difference with the ones we've done because you've got that quarter-inch increment. So you've got a beautiful half-inch line all the way through. But one thing you can do with that aperture is you could always...
Oh, yes.
Yeah, match up the stripes.
Yes.
Because it's cut with the same piece. Or, what I could do is pull it onto there. Let's find the match. Where are we? There it is. There's the match of the stripes.
Fabulous.
And it sort of plays with your brain.
It does, doesn't it? It's like one of those magic eyes.
Yeah. When you raise that on phone, that really plays with your eyes.
It just.
So
I love it.
I'm going to do a frame for this next. So if there's
Wonderful.
something you want to run for a minute while I just tidy a little
email
bit.
through it. Oh, can I tell you this, Penny? Thank you for emailing in. I love it when you guys email in, so thank you. Hi, John and Hayley. John just wanted to say what an inspirational crafter you are. I met you at Craft Show a few years ago, and you gave me your time, knowledge, and help selecting products with a smile on your face. I've missed out on some items today as I've been too slow, but no doubt items will come back. I already have lots of your stamps and dies, so going to be going to keep me going on with, sorry. Great 2-hour show. Well done, Hachanda. And that's right. I mean, Penny, thank you for that. And it's brilliant because it's emails like this that mean that we're doing the right thing by you guys. And of course, it's something that John suggested to the Crafts 2 team and something that you have welcomed. I mean, we had one last month. Yanis was working alongside John, and it's probably still on our schedule if you want to go back and watch it. I know you've certainly got it on your YouTube.
Yeah, we downloaded it. We actually asked for it and we put it onto our YouTube channel. Some shows we can have, some we can't.
Yes,
so I can't guarantee it'll always be on
with
there.
That particular one.
But Sam always tries his hardest to get it for people.
And of course, this particular 2-hour session, we've got a little less than half an hour left now. So yes, it's been an amazing hour as well. So quick update. Let me just give you a few little bits and pieces that have been very busy now. The notched squares and the notched rectangles. These have been popular. We saw John working with these in the last hour. And of course, that nesting capabilities we've seen a lot of during this hour. So £41.98 will get you both of those sets, 40 dies in total, but over 80% of the stock has gone. 312310. A new configuration of those rectangles, meaning they are mathematically perfected. So it doesn't matter if you go from the largest die to the smallest die, you're going to have a balanced outline with that frame every single time. So this is kind of the focus that we've had for the 2-hour session with John, talking about die cutting, because it's one of the things that he gets asked questions about so often. Now, the next one to share with you is this beautiful one here, the hexagons. This is brilliant. So the hexagons, you've got obviously your stitch dot, and you've also got yours plain with these ones. So 18 and 23 dies in total. Sorry, it's giving you 41 overall. So £44.98. You will collect these as time goes on, or you might be going for multiple bundles today, which of course you can do when you're spreading the cost. So nice idea. If you fancy those, pop those ones in. Now the diamonds, you've been loving the diamonds. I am glad, because I must admit I do love them myself as well. And you can see here you've got £24.98 being your price on this one. Now, I don't know whether we usually see 2 flexi buys at £12.50. I think somewhere along the line that's probably snuck through the net, but we're going to take advantage. If you want to, you don't have to. You might want to go for them all in one go at £24.98. 393472, and they will work beautifully alongside the hexagons, because hexagons are actually made up of similar sort of triangles and diamonds. Now, this is a nice one. Now, this one is your nesting squares. John was just using this one in his fabulous demo, so £24.99. This is the one where you're going from 1/4 of an inch through to 8 inch, and you've got your 1/4 inch increments right the way through. Brilliant value for money, and one of the most used sets you will have if you get hold of these. So 347784. Your adhesive sheets as well, don't forget John's been working with these, rapidly approaching 3/4 of the stock of these, and of course if you use them and you're clever crafting, then you will maximise the use of those. John only used one in that fabulous demonstration with all those wonderful little nested shapes. So 194360 if you're fancying those. So anything that's in your basket, do check your baskets out. But these 2 hours are all been about demonstrating. We're busy for all sorts. Everything that John touches, basically you are ordering. So don't forget, have a little look at your glitter card stock, 12 inch, and you've also got your A4, and of course your adhesives as well. Do consider stocking up on those. So John, we're going to come back to you. So what's the plan for your next demonstration?
Right, well, I wanted to do a frame to go with this background, and what I wanted to do is, so many people ask, how do you do this? So do it there. You see where you go, it's neat and crisp
so
there.
So it's flat on the inside,
how do you step
and
out?
Steps out.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And we had a question from a lady, I think it was Susan,
right,
who said, could you show me the the notch squares?
Right.
So although I prepped it in the squares, I thought I'll show you in the notch squares, because it works the same in everything.
Lovely. Okay.
It's the same idea. So all I've done to start with, and I'll explain on this, I've taken one that I think will make, like I said before, a nice frame on my background.
Okay, so that's the inside of your frame or the outside?
This is going to be the inside of my frame. Okay. Yep. So what I've done is I've cut it in white, which is going to be the main body.
Lovely.
Yeah. But what I then need to do is cut exactly the same shape in the other 2 colours I'm going to use.
Right.
And the best way to do this, I'm using Craft 2 linen card, which is a 240. I'm going to cut 2 of them together.
Ooh, okay, right.
In the middle, using the square. It'll work because they're strong. Nesting dies can take more hammer than anything else.
And they're quite a simple shape, aren't they, with regards to them? So it's not a highly intricate
It's not a complex shape, no.
Just warning you guys, the notched corners, very, very busy for these. I think quite a few of you have been considering these, and they are rapidly approaching limited stock now. So if you are wanting them, I would suggest you get hold of them quickly. We're not going to have them back during this hour, so there's not going to be any extended delivery or anything like that. If you want them, you need them, the details are on the screen there for you.
I don't think we've got any more.
Oh, I see, right.
We didn't bring an awful lot.
Okay, fair enough.
So now I've got, you see, that's cut through.
Yes.
Yeah, really simple. So I've got now 3 pieces of paper with exactly the same, 3 pieces of card with exactly the same aperture.
Oh, right, yes, yeah.
So how do I build them out? Well, it is genuinely so simple.
Right.
Think what we were doing before. So I'm going to start with the white.
Okay.
Okay. So that was the one I used.
So that's the one that's cut the aperture.
Yeah. So, and I want quite wide, so I'd want that one. But getting it even, take the other 3 in between. Yeah? So, put them on. 1, get that even. Okay, and if you're concerned, if you think about them moving, either tape it down or take a blank board, and you'll see they'll stay in place a lot better on a magnetic board. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. Is that wide enough? I think that's wide enough. But you see how they're all even?
Yes.
So I know that that's in the right place. So I can tape that one down and just take those 2 off.
So easier to do that though, isn't it?
Yeah. Use the dies, use what you've got. Yeah. So we're just going to put that through off the board and cut that. So I had got to this stage done, sorry guys, but I wanted to show you in these dies.
No, that makes sense.
So I know what the next die is going to be in this set, because it's going to be that one, isn't it?
Yes.
But if I cut that, it's going to be arbitrary, it's not going to fit.
And and also as well, when you're looking at lining up things, sometimes if you've not got something that you can kind of almost rest against, then even those little millimetres make a difference when you start working your way up.
You'll think that's right, you'll put that there and you'll think that's right, and it won't be.
Yeah, and you have
so
to
all I do is take my white frame and put it exactly there.
Okay.
Yeah, to cover that white. Yeah. And then take the die for it and just put it on. So that's right.
Oh, I see, yes.
We tape that, we take that off, and we cut that.
That's clever.
Yeah. It's John-proof, basically, which is what I always look for.
Not bomb-proof, John-proof. Details on your screen, it's now limited in stock. If you're wanting yours, you need to be quick. We're down to the last 10% of the stock. We haven't got huge quantities of these left, folks, so if you do want them, please get hold of them soon as you possibly can. Brilliant set. I mean, they're absolutely beautiful. John's been showing us some wonderful ways of working with these. And, of course, you can simply just use them with your rectangles if you're wanting to get that kind of result as well. Or use them more technically, as John has been showing us through this hour. And don't forget, do check out the YouTube tutorials, because that's something that John's been doing a lot of lately, and they're all loaded on his YouTube channel. So you can see different ways of working with not just these dies, but all the other dies we've been talking about.
Yeah, I think in the last 2 weeks we've loaded 17 up.
I just said to you, my goodness, he said, Sam's not letting him out of that cave.
It's not, to be fair. This is my first time out since, in fact, this is my first time out since I was out for the last show.
And you're very interactive with the viewers and obviously the people that follow you, because you do your weekly craft caves as well.
I think it's really important. We're all crafters.
Yeah.
We're all the same. No one's better than anyone else. I genuinely believe we're all just at different stages on journeys.
Yes.
And there are no professionals.
Yeah.
Because you can't do a degree in crafting.
You can't. And
you
every
can
day
do art
you're
and everything
learning.
else, but you can't do it in this. So I think we are all the same.
Yeah.
But you can see here, all I do is match it into the centre, and that's even. Yeah?
That looks
So
fabulous.
how would I get the blue?
Okay.
I
So
rinse and
same way.
repeat.
Yeah.
So all I do is place the blue on, again cover it, tape it if you're unsure, take the next die in the set, put it on, all the way around, yeah, and that's it. Take that off, and we cut that one, yeah. But yeah, with Craft Cave Lives and things like that, they are there every Wednesday, 7 o'clock, when I can do a Wednesday. If not, we do another day.
Not everybody has access. I mean, obviously, if you follow John through social media, then obviously you'll be able to know those. But you don't, and there's lots of people that don't use social media. So this is our opportunity to kind of steal John away from social media and his lives to actually do them here at Chanda. So
a lot of the things I'm doing on here are things that I've already done on there.
Yes,
and it's to give it to everybody so that everyone's got an opportunity.
So have we got another one scheduled yet? Have we got any more dates?
I think there is another one scheduled in April.
Oh, lovely.
I'm not 100%.
We'll keep our
but
fingers
everyone was
crossed.
so nice about it, and you know, and the Chanda buying team were really positive about it as well, saying they liked the idea and the way that it sort of helped everybody.
It's been very well received as well. We've had a lovely email through here as well, and we've got somebody, Carol, who is not a paper crafter.
Ooh.
But she's hooked. She's been watching you, mesmerised, and she said, "I'm not a paper crafter, but I do love to see what's out there. And people like John are so clever and so talented. Thank you, Chanda, for having great shows, Carol." Thank you so much.
Yeah,
That is lovely.
that's lovely, Carol.
That is lovely. But you know what? You might not be a paper crafter, and I'm not going to say to you, oh, buy all the dies, buy a die cutting machine and try it out. But there's different things that you'll see John doing that if you're a soft crafter, you'll think, oh, I wonder if that will work when I'm doing my quilting. Or that's a good idea. I'll try that with something else, my mixed media. And I think that is the beauty of so many crafts cross over.
They all cross over. You know, we watch an awful lot. You know, we watch, you know, Sam and I watch an awful lot on Hochanda, and we watch the soft crafting shows and felting and everything. And there's so many ideas. I mean, people used to say to me, where do I get my ideas from? A lot of them I used to nick from cakes.
Cakes?
From watching, you know, some of these grand cake shows.
Okay.
Where they show you the amazing cakes and things.
Yes.
I used to go, that's a nice colour combination. Oh, I like that flourish there. That's where I used to steal them from. But there you go. You see, look, just
look at that.
frame it.
Oh,
Yeah.
love it.
And just do the same again. Undercut out. Yeah.
Oh, John, you know, we're going to use that phrase that we often use here at Hochanda. What is going to go first, the clock or the stock? We've not got a lot of time left, but will we have enough stock to see us through to the end of the hour? I don't know. We are down to single figures now. So if you were thinking about getting hold of these and you thought to yourself, I'm going to wait till John's finished his demonstrations, we've got the 5 minutes break, I'll place my order then. Okay, you can risk it, but I know the quantity that we've got left of these, and there's only a couple of you are going to be able to get hold of these. So if you're wanting them, please get hold of them. Now, if they're in your baskets already, then you're okay to a point, but they're not yours until you check your basket out. And so, of course, after 10 minutes, they will fall back into our stock allocation. So if you are wanting to get hold of those, make sure you check your basket out. If it's something that you're thinking, oh, I don't know, I'll pop it in there just in case, then be fair to others. There will be some people that won't be able to get hold of them because you're kind of considering them. So if you don't want them, then let them go so somebody else can take advantage of them. But if I've got them in my basket, I'll be hanging on to them and checking that basket out, to be honest. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's amazing, John. I love it.
But you see, it's all even.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, okay, I have used the plain in there and the notched on that, but that was to answer Susan's question about the notched. But I could have done that entire card, including the card blank, which is what I did on the original, using just the squares. So you can do all of that. So,
wonderful. What sort of time
that's
have
that
we
one.
got
I've
left
got one
on the
more
show?
when you're ready. Oh.
Brilliant.
Oh, okay, right.
Are we going straight in?
I can go straight
He's
in.
all ready to go. I was going to tell you all about the diamonds, but I'll wait.
I'm just going to do the... I love the diamonds, and this is a sort of slight variation, because what I wanted to do is I've shown us framing and things like that.
Yes.
I wanted to show us that we can get so much more from these basic dies that are always my top thing to buy first.
Right.
You know, this is what I did. When I got into die cutting, I actually bought myself... I bet I haven't brought the right colour, have I? Actually bought myself, when I first got into die cutting, when I got into crafting, I bought stamps.
Oh, really?
And then I bought dies so that I'd got something for my stamped images to go on.
So here's a question for you, and this is a good one to ask all of our guests, I suppose. Can you remember the first ever die that you bought? I'm not talking about brands, I'm talking about shapes.
Yes.
What did you go for? What did you go for?
I went for a circle with loops on.
That's a good die to get, yeah.
It was a circle with loops on. It was from Marianne.
Oh, wow.
Can actually remember. And then the next one I had was the heart that she did with the 2 doves in it.
Love it.
I'm sure everyone will remember that
one. It was a balloon. I bought a balloon because I thought you used balloons on so many occasions. Yeah.
But then what I found was the next thing I thought what I'd actually done was I'd actually bought wrong to me.
Yeah.
And I then went and started buying nesting shapes, and I got into the Spellbinders.
Yes,
squares,
yeah.
circles, ovals, the ones that everyone would know.
Yes, yeah.
Which used to wind me up crazy because the rectangles were American, not British.
Yes, yeah, it's the sizing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, US. We just have our own sizes.
But the diamond, I think these diamonds are a good, because at the basics we often say go for your circles because, of course, it's difficult to cut a perfect circle. Diamonds, again, this is a tricky one to actually cut to perfection.
Getting the maths on these nearly killed me. So what I'm going to do is, I've already taped a piece together because it's in the right format. So I'll try and show you with another one. What I do is, I've chosen 2 alternates. So I've gone hit one, miss one.
Okay.
So you see there. So I would actually go, where have I got my, have I put my plane somewhere? No, come on, John. I had everything all laid out, tidy and neat.
Well,
Honestly, if you could see what this looks
quick.
like now, it looks, this is like my craft cave at home. So I take one, miss one, and on these I'm going to miss two. So I've got two with a nice border, yeah?
Lovely, yeah.
What you do is I turn them over, use the long piece of tape trick, pick it up, put it in place, get it even. Diamonds are nice because you've got 4 points to check it on.
Yes, yeah.
But then tape it that way as well, and then run sticky tape over it. So this is low tack tape, but this has got, I can't say sellotape, can I? I have to say sticky tape. Yeah, so I've put sticky tape on there as well. So this has actually cut all of these pieces, yeah, and it's not moved. Because what I've done is used low tack tape touching the dies and the paper, but sticky tape holding it together. And this has actually travelled with me. So I've got two together because the dies are good enough. Go through, and I've got a white and like a beige. They're both Crafts 2 linen cards.
Okay.
I only say that because whenever I use a colour, everyone says, which colour is that? After the show. Which card is it? So you can see there, yeah?
Love
That's
it.
2 layers, all cut. Just to show you. But because I've cut them together like that, I did that repeatedly. And this is where things like my Kaleido and manual machines are a gem.
Right.
Because I didn't run all of these through, to be honest, on an electric machine.
Okay.
Because it takes 18 seconds.
Yes, it's quite a
just
slow
went
process, isn't
through,
it?
back, through, back, through,
Yeah.
back. So, I've got here, no, where are you? Honestly, another piece of double-sided.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to trim it down this time, which is so easy because of the grid lines. Because I can just follow one of the grid lines. Yeah. And I'm just going to, again, peel off the edge. Yeah, okay. Go down, and really simple.
Okay.
Yeah. White triangle I've just cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. White diamond. Then beige diamond. Yeah. Literally like a harlequin.
Very nice.
I've just used 2 colours because it's easier. So white there, obviously, beige there. But I rotate the centres. So we go beige in there,
Oh, clever.
white in there.
Oh, that's nice. effect.
Okay, so really simple, keep it going. So, and of course each cut gives you 2 pieces and you alternate them. So it doesn't take long to actually cut and build up something like this.
That's fabulous.
If you can
That
cut
is
2
good.
at the same time, and again, any size you want, but just tape them all together. So I'll just put one more row in.
Oh, this is so mindful, sitting there and doing this.
I could sit there. Can you?
Sit
I
for
had so
hours
much
doing
fun. I had
it.
a whole afternoon sitting, piecing all pieces like this together, and just really enjoying doing it. So
That's really
there we go.
effective.
In fact, I know every single sample, like box setted the, which I always do.
Oh, that's such a clever technique. I've picked up a card here where somebody's used, I don't know who's created this one, I haven't got a name on the back of it, but using the purple card. Isn't that
That's one
lovely?
of mine.
Is that one you've done? I love it. Very effective.
Just 2 shades of purple using
Love
the
it.
diamonds.
See, that's another effective way of using it with your silver and your white there. And then, of course, everything John's showing us, you could do, and you can see it replicating down on the base of this particular card here. And I'm guessing, is this one that's kind of, oh, well, it wouldn't be a twofer because this particular one is using up all of those as well. So it's a similar sort of idea that John's doing at the moment, but he's done on here, building up the
That's
background.
exactly what I did with the squares.
Yeah.
I just did it with 4 colours and used the
Nice.
diamonds in exactly the same format as I did the squares. So, I mean, that's how it pieces together,
Brilliant.
but that's what we've got when we're finished.
Oh, that's effective. That looks
Just
lovely.
using the squares on the background.
Brilliant.
But seriously, so easy. And what you do is, when you get to a point like this, yeah, where it overhangs, trim it off and add the waste bit to the bottom so you don't waste a full shape.
Ah, clever. So make sure that you do get that double-sided sheet, yeah.
Yeah, just keep building. It is genuinely satisfying. I could spend hours. In fact, I'm going to really struggle now to stop doing this, aren't I?
Stop. Now, loads of you have been adding things into your basket as the hour's been going on. It's understandable. As John's working with things, you're watching the demonstration, you pop them into your basket. But you need to remember to check your baskets out, because some of those items are incredibly vulnerable as well. The notch squares, you've been loving those ones. Oh, they've technically gone, have they? Oh, okay. Well, I hope you got them if you wanted them. But we've got loads of other. I mean, the diamonds, I love the diamonds. The diamonds and the hexagons, a brilliant combination together. Through quilting, I kind of know that one. But whichever of these sets you're going for, make sure you're checking your baskets out. John, thank you so much. When are you due back? Do we know?
I don't.
Oh, we'll have to keep our eyes and ears peeled.
I think someone else may be doing the next.
Ooh,
Oh, no,
okay.
I'm back next Saturday. After that, someone else is doing it.
Make your mind up, for goodness